Never in a million years did I think I would join eXp until I found this one group that is doing things completely different than anybody else. What's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Chances are if you found this video, you're thinking of switching to eXp, maybe on the fence, or you're just trying to find a little more information on what eXp is all about. And like I said, I had really no plans to ever join eXp until I realized that everything I've been told about it is pretty much wrong, or at least misinformed. So I want to share a few reasons why I personally left Keller Williams to join eXp. So 3 years ago, I originally joined Keller Williams, and I mean, it's a great office. I was on a great team, so there's no problems there. Then I started thinking, what's the quickest way to give myself a raise without having to go out there and work harder? And the simple answer is go to a brokerage that offers better splits. If you didn't know, eXp has an 80-20 split and a $16,000 cap. And if you're not sure what a cap is, in a nutshell, so for example, let's use eXp, it's an 80-20 split, 16,000 cap. So out of that 20% they get from the commissions on every transaction, once you've given them 16 grand for your year, your anniversary year, then you're at 100% commission. At the Keller Williams office, as a solo agent, it was 70-30 split, well, plus 6% franchise fee, and a $22,500 cap. So just straight off the get-go, and I'm not even going to start talking about team splits and everything else, but just as a solo agent, from doing what you're already doing, you're already making more money and keeping more money in your pocket per year at eXp than Keller Williams. And that is the absolute bare minimum difference that they have to offer versus other brokerages. And I understand there's a ton of commission models out there. Not one brokerage is really the same, well, except eXp, because it's the same across the board. I know there's people out there, we're talking 60-40, 70-30, 90-10, 95-5, lots of options. So what I mean by the commission split is the absolute bare minimum. It's because no one can compete with the other ways you can make money with eXp. And that was another huge factor for me when I started to sit down, look at my numbers, and think about my future and what I'm trying to build for my family to help them in the long run. Think about what's your exit strategy? What's your retirement strategy? You may have heard the old joke that realtors don't retire, they just die. And it's funny, but it's also really sad at the same time, because it's true. If you're not doing deals, you're not making money. So if you go to your broker, ask them for their exit strategy, what's the retirement plan they're going to give you? They're going to say, well, save your money. Okay, you work now, you don't get to quite enjoy life as much because you're worried about the future. Or they're going to tell you, as we tell our clients, invest in real estate. And if you don't have the funds for that, well, guess what? You got to start making money other ways. And eXp offers that. eXp has revenue share. So when you bring an agent on, they do a deal, you get a certain percentage of that. And then if they bring an agent on and so on, and it goes 7 layers deep. So now you're not relying on Keller Williams managers and accountants to hopefully be doing everything they can to increase the profit share for the agents. And really you are relying on them to make sure that they're doing their job as efficiently as possible. Whereas with eXp, and specifically this group I'm going to talk about, it truly is like a family. We're all there to help each other out because it benefits everybody, and you get to see that front and center. And by bringing on agents to join eXp so they can experience the benefits, you're going to be making recurring income. And that's what financial freedom is all about, is it's having that recurring income, making money while you sleep. There's stock options, these benefits you get at certain milestones you hit with eXp. And I'm not going to dive too deep into it in this video just because there's so much out there. There's so much not being shared, which is why I shied away from eXp, because frankly, I was turned off by it on what people were telling me. And it wasn't until I found this group that actually laid it all out and explained everything that things started to make sense, and it became a no-brainer. Why would I not join this organization to help myself and my family? And I'm sure you've heard eXp is a cloud-based brokerage, no physical offices, really not a major deal. Think about last time you met a client in your actual office. And I get it's nice to have an office space. I used to go in the office. It was great to interact with other agents. Your manager's right across the hall, and you're still not going to miss out on that at eXp due to eXp World. It's a virtual world. You get to walk around, you can talk, interact. So it's just as if you were there live in person. And frankly, I really never met clients in the office anyways. It was always at their place or showing a property, or we'd meet at a coffee shop or something like that. So think of the last time you actually had a client come into the office. And I know brokerages say, we have an office space, you got to get your clients in here. It asserts dominance and shows who's boss and how fancy we are, why you want to work with us. Really, do clients care? In my experience, not so much. And I mean, if you have an office in a location that's a pain to park in, then you're setting them up to be angry by the time they get in the front door. Now they're paying for parking, or they've had to park far away. Wouldn't it be easier to find a nice coffee shop you could just go in and talk about next steps? And we all know the alternative of having a Zoom call, which we've been doing the last few years. So I know everyone's sort of sick of them, but they do work. And if you absolutely need that separate office space, well, eXp has a deal with Regus offices. You can Google them, look them up, see where they have offices all over the world, and that's included in our fees. So after you join eXp, you can sign up under them, and then you have access to the Regus offices. And speaking of the cloud and technology, that was another driving factor for me to change from Keller Williams to eXp. Keller Williams has the command system, and that's how all the transactions are managed and everything else. eXp uses SkySlope, which interestingly enough, TREB, the Toronto Real Estate Board, has just adopted. So TREB is a little bit behind. They're finally catching up. eXp has been doing this for a while. You also get the KV Core CRM, and versus Command CRM, I mean, it's night and day. Command, I never really liked. The team I was on used a different CRM, which was fantastic, but to use Command, it was buggy, didn't really have the features that we had hoped for or wanted. No CRM is perfect. Even KV Core, there's some things that I just don't understand why it is how it is, but this is what we're up against. But still, and with Command, it was like Keller Williams was trying to reinvent the wheel, which really didn't make sense when it's like, just give us access to something that's already been built and proven. Don't try and create something new. So with eXp, first thought, well, if everything's technology and cloud-based, then that's going to make things much easier to streamline and get everything perfected and dialed in. And that's exactly what's happening. So having that technology means you can spend more time prospecting and servicing your clients, not so much messing around with all the stuff on the back end. And like I mentioned, I sort of ignored eXp for the longest time until I found this one group doing things differently. They call themselves the Wolf Pack, and they're breaking records all over. They're helping agents double their production using free social media strategies. And how I found out about it was through Mike Sherrard. He's a co-creator of the Wolf Pack, who I've been following for years on social media. You'll see him on stage at a lot of presentations as well. Mike has Social Agent Academy, which I looked into many, many years ago. Really amazing training, and you get it all for free when you join the Wolf Pack. And the Wolf Pack has been amazing, very welcoming, truly is like a family, especially with those higher up. I mean, they have their own goals, and their goals are to help as many agents as possible. I think Mike says he wants to get 1,000 agents to be millionaires. That's his goal. So what happened is I've been watching all of these videos, the presentations and everything. My first thought is, wow, I've been totally misinformed about eXp this entire time. And of course, you hear people talking, but really it's because they don't understand. Where I thought I was going to build my business a certain way at Keller Williams, eXp just makes it that much more simpler and easier, and it makes more sense from a financial perspective compared to Keller Williams, which is why I made the change. I reached out to Mike, and he set me up with Dimitri in Toronto. He's a 2-time icon agent, just phenomenal guy. He's a reality TV star, if that matters to you, and he's just been fantastic getting me up and running. And of course, the better I do, the better he's going to do. Just as if I bring someone on, I'm going to be there for them to help them, because we all win when we're all doing well. And that's the beauty of the entire eXp model. And I'm barely touching the tip of the iceberg on what this group has to offer separate from eXp. eXp is amazing on its own. Having the Wolf Pack at your side, I mean, it's just 10, 20 times the value that they can bring to the group and to the brokerage. So it's absolutely amazing. Now, I barely touched the tip of the iceberg when it comes to what the Wolfpack and eXp actually has to offer. There's way more to it that I just simply can't get into, and I'm sure I still haven't even discovered yet. But it was this presentation where I had the aha moment and realized, whoa, there's way more to all of this. It's not just eXp, but it's the Wolfpack combined together that really just blows things out of the water. And it's one of those things, once you see it, you can't unsee it. To find out more, leave a comment below, say Wolfpack please, and I will send you a link to our weekly live call. This is where all your questions will be answered, and there's so much information, you'll actually probably have more questions after the fact, and that's okay, that's what it's meant for. And then we can hop on a three-way call with some of the higher ups and get those questions answered for you. It may not be right for you, and that's totally okay, but at least you gave it a shot and have all of the information compared to, like what I found, just fragments of information and misinformation I was being told. This was the thing that did it, and it was a big wake-up call for me. So come to the live call. I mean, it's free. There's no obligation. The worst thing that happens is you walk away with a ton of information and value. And if you're in the Toronto area, we have our own weekly live call as well that you could join in on. So let me know if you are in the GTA, and we can get you on that call as well. So what's the catch? Well, there really is no catch. I mean, everything is laid out there for you. At the end of the day, it's still up to you. It's just now you're given the tools, the motivation to make that happen. You truly do have this group, this family Wolfpack to boost you up and help you out with whatever you need. And if you're still on the fence, well, I can invite you as a guest to eXp. You don't have to transfer brokerages or anything like that. You get to try out eXp and look behind the scenes at the training and everything they have to offer. It's invite only, of course, so I can invite you to that. If you like it, great, we talk about next steps. If not, well, no harm, no foul. Again, at least you have all of the information. The worst thing is making a decision on something when you don't have all the information laid out in front of you. And that's where mistakes can happen and why I ignored eXp for the longest time. Now, before you hop on the live call, don't forget, leave a comment, Wolfpack, please. I'll send you the link. I want you to ask yourself a few questions. Even grab a pen and paper and write this out. Think about your last year's production. So your sales volume, how many transactions, what's the commission model that you have at your current brokerage, and write that all out so it's sitting there in front of you. Now I want you to think of some things that your broker isn't doing that maybe you think they should be. What's lacking at your brokerage, or some things maybe they could be doing better for you. Next, and the most important, is what are your goals, be it personal, financial, business goals, that sort of thing. So write them all out, where you want to be. What does your life look like? Do you solely want to be in production for the rest of your life with no exit strategy or retirement plan or revenue share that you can will to your family? Yes, you can. Your revenue share is willable to your family. So if you die, they're taken care of. But I want you to think about where you want to be personally and with your business and write it all out. The beauty of eXp, you get to run your business how you want to. There are money-making opportunities to take advantage of, and you 100% should. It's there for you. One of the biggest things I've heard is, well, if you join eXp, you're just going to be a recruiter. You can run your business how you want. If you want to be 100% production, do it. If you want 100% recruit, do it. 50-50, 75-25, it's totally up to you. And the last stat I heard, I believe it was 88% of agents at eXp are production only. They don't, like, very small percentage actually spend their time recruiting. And typically what happens is when people start seeing you crush it on social media, they're attracted to you anyways. They want to learn from you, and they end up joining with you to learn from you, learn from the Wolfpack with really minimal effort because the value is just amazing. So next steps, leave a comment below, Wolfpack please. I'll send you a link to the weekly live call, set you up with a guest pass to try out eXp. So that way you've got all the information to make an informed decision for you and your future. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to connecting and helping you with your goals.